Hi, this is Happy Bird from happybirdscraftinghaven.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make these really cute little baby snowmen. And I made these little snowmen out of toddler socks. Right now, Dollar Tree has a really good selection of toddler socks like this and this. You can make really cute little snowman hats out of the printed ones and make the snowman itself out of the white ones. Now, even if you don't have a Dollar Tree next to you, don't let this stop you, because right now is the season to buy socks. And they have a lot on sale right now at Walmart and other places. So, pick up the toddler socks, and you want some in prints and some that are white. And these little guys, they measure, when they're finished, anywhere between 3 inches and about 3.5 inches. And that's from bottom to the top of their hats. These would make adorable little party favors at your place settings during Christmas time. Or you could just give them to friends or co-workers. I even found the little snowflake here at the Dollar Tree. The only thing I did was I added a flat back rhinestone in the middle. And these little buttons I found at Walmart in the sewing section where they have buttons. And this bag was on sale for $1.50, so I picked it up the other day, not knowing that I was going to use these for my snowman. So when you pick up your toddler socks, I know the sizes vary, and especially for toddlers. So what I did was I kind of measured the sock from the top, and I just kind of pulled this out. I didn't stretch it, I just kind of pulled it out. So the sock from the top to the bottom is close to about 4.5 inches. And so that's about the size you want, anywhere from 4.5 inches to about 5 inches. Okay? And so that'll help you out a little bit. Just bring your measuring tape to the store with you. And you're going to need some rice. You can also pick up rice from the Dollar Tree. And you're going to need puffy paint in shiny orange and shiny black. And you're going to need turbo tacky glue. Make sure it's the turbo tacky glue that has a stronger hold. And you're going to need the little snowflakes right here. Now, if you can't find these snowflakes at the Dollar Tree, or you don't have a Dollar Tree next to you, you can buy the white snowflake brads and just cut the back of the brad off with wire cutters. And you'll need some little flat back rhinestones to put in the middle. And, of course, little tiny buttons. And for the cheeks, right here, you can pick up at the Dollar Tree a real cheap pink blush or pink eyeshadow, and you can use that. Okay? So that's about all you need, actually, to make these. Oh, wait a minute. You do need some white embroidery floss. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to lower this a little bit. And I'm going to take and cut off little piece of embroidery floss. And we're going to make the snowman's hat first. Okay, so I'm going to make another little boy snowman like that one. So I'm going to use this sock, and I'm going to cut right here in the middle of the heel, straight across, like that. Okay, and it doesn't matter if it has that little heel on it. I'll show you what we'll do with that later. Okay, and save the toe part because that's going to be the scarf. And so I'm just going to tie the embroidery floss about a little over half way up, like so. And I'm going to tie it using a couple of overhand knots, just like so. And then I'm going to do it again. Tie that tight. Now I'm going to cut this off, like so. Okay. I'm going to cut it off close. We'll put a little bit of tacky glue there so it won't come undone, okay? Now I'm going to cut a little bit of this heel part off just to make it look even, like so. Then I'm going to go in with my scissors and make little fringy cuts, like so. Pretty easy, huh? And they just curl automatically when you do that. Okay, so now I'm going to go back in with my turbo tacky glue, and I'm going to put a little dot on my finger, and I'm not worried about the glue being white. It won't show up at all once it dries. See, it won't show up at all. And this will probably be the size I'll use for this little guy. Okay, so I'm going to put our little hat aside, and then I'm going to take the toe of the sock, and I'm just going to cut this part off here to make it even. And I'm going to use this part of the sock for the scarf. And I'm going to cut that. And then I'm going to pull this a little bit. Here, see? And it kind of rolls up. You want it to look a little on the raggedy side. So we have our scarf and our hat. So now I'm going to cut 2 more pieces of the white embroidery floss, and right here. And don't be shy with the embroidery floss. I would rather have a little too much to tie with than not enough, because things get really awkward if you don't have enough to tie, or you short yourself. Okay. So now I'm going to take the white toddler sock, and you can do this a couple of different ways. You can use a spoon if you want, and scoop it into the sock, the rice. Or you can take a funnel with a fairly large nozzle and pour the rice through that. But I'm just pouring it straight out of the bag today. And if I get a little bit on the table, oh well, I'll just brush it up, brush it off, and put it right back in the bag. And I'm just pouring slowly. Shaking it down. And I'm going to pour this rice up to about mid-heel. Shaking it down. Shaking it down. Okay, so kind of feeling here. You can probably, here we go. There we go. All right, so it's about, the rice is about this high up, maybe a little bit past the heel. So I filled it to about up to here. Okay, this is the heel. And these are crew socks, by the way, so there we go, about like that. I want to give you a rough idea. All right, so I'm going to shake it on down, shake it on down. Yeah, just barely. Yeah, see, it's about up to here, so it's mid-heel by the time I get through shaking it. And you just want to make sure that it's nice and full. And you're going to take your embroidery floss and you're going to tie it the same overhand loop. Once, twice. You're going to pull this nice and tight. Once, twice, nice and tight. Once, twice, nice and tight. Okay. Then I'm going to take my scissors, cut that off like that. And there'll be a little bit of rice that'll come out here, because when you tie it, you know, of course, a little bit of the rice will be pushed up into this part right here. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this piece off, like so. And you won't have to worry about any kind of odd looking stuff here at the top, because we're going to cover that up with a hat anyway. Okay, so now I'm going to go in the middle, like here, and do the same thing. Once, twice around, and tie. And you're going to make sure it's nice and tight. You're going to do that about 3 times. 1, 2. Okay. Cut this off. Now I'm going to go in with my tacky glue and And put some right here in the neck. And I'm not worried about what the neck looks like because it's going to be covered up with a scarf anyway. Same with the head. Okay. Alright. So now there's going to be one side of your snowman that's going to look better than the other side. So I'm keeping this side for the back side, and that's where I tied everything off. And of course the front side is what I'm going to use. And if you want, you can go back in and cut a little more off the top, whatever you want to do. Okay, so I'm going to use this as my front. There we go. And I'm going to put his little cap on. So we're going to dress him. I like to put the cap on towards the back of the head, and it kind of gives me a little room for the face here too. He's going to be flexible, so that's what we'll do. Put it towards the back like that. And so it'll allow you a little bit of room to draw on the face as well. Okay? And when we draw on the face, of course, we want to have our snowman cap on first, because then you'll see how much room you have to actually draw on. Okay? So here we go. And I'm going to, I think I'm going to do the face first. Now, you're going to take, oops, you know what? I'm going to put a scarf on first. Almost forgot about a scarf. Okay, and then I'm going to pull this tight. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to draw his little snowman face. When you're using the puffy paints, I would give it just one sharp tap. Don't shake it, but one sharp tap, maybe two. And test this on paper first, because you don't want to use this and maybe it have an air bubble and go splat. That would be pretty bad. So test it first on a piece of paper. Make sure that the drops are nice and even, okay? So I'm going to put two little eyes, and I'm going to make them fairly close together. It's just a personal preference because I think that just looks really cute. Okay? And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your orange bottle and you're going to make a little carrot nose. And I'm going to go upwards. I'm going to start by making a little dot and then just kind of pulling it like that. And of course the carrot nose doesn't have to be perfect because carrots aren't perfect. And I'm going to make the mouth. I'm just putting a little series of dots in kind of a smile shape. Like so. Okay. Now, normally I would wait until this was completely dry. I would keep this flat and wait for this to completely dry around the face. So, but to, you know, because of the time that I have when making this video, I'm just going to go ahead and put the cheeks on. Hold on for just a moment. I'm trying to open this with one hand and it's not working. Okay. So I'm going to take a little Q-tip and get some pink on it. Like so. And I'm going to be real careful not to touch what I just did. And like I said, normally you would not do this until it was dry. Okay? And then after it dries, you know, and you do this, you can just kind of lighten it up a little bit too by using the opposite end. Just kind of rub it around. Okay? Okay, so the next thing we're going to do while he's drying is we're going to add the little snowflake and buttons with tacky glue, and then we're finished. So it was not difficult to do at all. And you get 36 of these at the Dollar Tree for $1. Has kind of a mirror type effect to it. So I'm going to take one of my little blings right here. And I'm going to add it to the little snowflake. Right in the middle, like so. Then I'm going to peel this off, the sticker thing on the back. And even though there's sticky stuff, I'm going to use my tacky glue, turbo tacky glue. Put some on here. And I want to place this right in between the ribbed part and the sock part, right there. About like that. And this will dry clear, so if you get a little bit of white there, don't worry, don't panic, because it'll dry completely clear. I did the same thing on all of these guys here. Okay, so I'm going to kind of make his belly a little round like he was sitting. Okay, pushing at the bottom, and then I'm going to glue on 3 buttons. And I'm going to use red at the top, blue in the middle, and green at the bottom. I'm kind of looking at the colors of the hat when I do this. And I'm just going to make 1, 2, 3 little dots. And you're probably thinking, Lori, that is just way too much glue. Well, I want it to stick, and this dries completely clear. I did this on all of the buttons here. They were all oozing out, and you can't see the glue because once it dries, then you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so I'm going to put blue here and green here. Okay, so we definitely need to let that dry, and the tacky glue actually dries pretty fast. So we're going to allow little guy here to sit, and when he's completed, I will add him to the photos and post him on my blog as well. Okay, so I'm going to lay him aside for now, and I'm going to give you one more look here. Okay, and be sure to let other people know, if you have crafty friends out there, about my YouTube tutorials and my my blog at happybirdscraftinghaven.com. I'd really appreciate it if you'd send them my way. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to be posting another video next Friday I think you're really going to enjoy, and it involves glitter, so give you a little hint there. So thank you so much for watching my videos. I appreciate each and every one of you, and God bless you all. Bye-bye.